Comedy dethroned drama at the box office this weekend.
Coming in close, Captain.
Captain Phillips maintained a steady course in third place. The high seas thriller starring Tom Hanks hauled in $11.8 million.
Explorer's been hit. Explorer, do you read? Explorer, over. Explorer. Astronaut.
Gravity came back down to Earth after spending 3 weeks at the top of the box office. The space drama starring Sandra Bullock and George Clooney fell to second place. The film brought in $20.3 million.
Oh, this thing doesn't work.
Oh, God. Nothing. Oh! Ow! Ah!
And there you go. It was a comedy that was crowned king at the box office this weekend. Jackass presents Bad Grandpa, stars Daredevil Johnny Knoxville. The hidden camera comedy opened with $32 million. Now, to give us the scoop on the other films that hit the big screen this weekend is TwitchFilm.com critic Jason Gorber. Jason, how you doing?
Hi, Scott. Can we say Grandpa on air? I don't know how that works.
I probably insulted millions, like a third of the country or something like that. All Is Lost, starring Robert Redford. I mean, it's Robert Redford, so it must do well, right?
Well, you would think. So while everybody was seeing Bad Grandpa from the makers of Jackass, a bunch of Oscar-y films came out, and All Is Lost is absolutely one of them. This is a film that was, it's a 31-page script, because there's basically next to no dialogue on it. It's a man on a boat, and that man happens to be Robert Redford. He happens to be one of the greatest actors ever. So if you want to spend 2 hours, 20 minutes watching a man struggle in a life and death situation on basically sinking and then not sinking and then sinking again boat, this is the movie for you. It's really extraordinary. It's shot in the Titanic tank in Baja, Mexico, the big giant pile of water that they built when they shot Titanic. So you really feel like you're in the middle of the ocean. Redford's doing his thing, and it's all these micro expressions. He has nobody to talk to. This is not like Castaway, where we have a volleyball for him to talk to. It's not even like Gravity, where really we have our characters, again, talking to one another. This is Redford by himself, and you see him go through his travails. As an exercise, it's really interesting. I think people will be really caught up in the film. But overall, it's got an ending that just drove me crazy. I didn't love it, but I kind of enjoyed the experience of seeing it. It's one of those things like about the 15th best film you're going to see this year. It's worth checking out, but you got a lot more during the award season to actually check out.
Just about everyone except Robert Redford is in The Counselor, debuted this weekend. Mixed reviews, I hear.
Yeah, so you have Ridley Scott, who has made some of the best movies ever made.
Absolutely.
And some of the worst movies ever made.
Okay, we're going to have to fight on that, because I know what you're talking about.
Exactly. But with The Counselor, we have Cormac McCarthy writing his first screenplay. And Cormac McCarthy wrote one of my favorite films of all time, No Country for Old Men, that the Coen brothers took, I think, a decent book and made it into an extraordinary film. His words are beautiful, the plot is complicated, there's all kinds of characters going on, there's amazing moments, and none of it comes together. It all feels way too much like it's trying to do too many things all at once. It's trying to say things instead of show them, and when it finally does show them, it feels like it doesn't ever work out. Ridley Scott is an incredibly talented filmmaker. Cormac McCarthy can make some beautiful lyrical prose, but when the things combine, you have strong performances, none of it gels. And so by the end, you leave the film going, oh my God, I can't believe I've been through this. There are moments that are terrific, but as a whole, the whole thing does not gel. So it's a bit of a mess.
It's a bit of a difference for Ridley Scott. I'm not sure he's ever made a film in this kind of genre before.
Well, he does. I mean, he sort of slips into this kind of thing every so often. You're always. I mean, remember, he did The Duelist before he did Blade Runner. So, I mean, he's absolutely one of these extraordinary filmmakers over such a long career that has managed to do sci-fi. He's done character romances. He's done dramas. But I mean, he's done Blade Runner. He's done Alien. He is forever inscribed in the great films of all time, and I'm the one, Scott, who hates Gladiator. So he can absolutely hit and miss. It just doesn't gel, and I really point that down in a script. I think this would be a better book than a movie. It's as simple as that.
45 seconds left here for The Summit.
Right. This played Sundance back in 2012. It's just coming in a wide release now. It's about a tragedy that involved 11 climbers that are summiting K2. Everybody talks about Everest, but K2 is a much scarier, much pointier a mountain, even if it's not quite as tall. This is a doc that is really interesting in terms of the structure. Actually won the editing prize at Sundance. It's worth checking out. A lot of people really hate this film, I think for completely the wrong reasons. It's extraordinarily beautiful visually. It does do a lot of recreation, so some documentary purists don't really love it, but I definitely think it's worth checking out. It's playing at TIFF Lightbox now and then going across the country over the next couple of weeks.
And to keep up with Jason and what he's been watching, you can follow him on Twitter at Filmfest_CA. Jason, thank you very much. Have a great week.
Thanks, Scott. See you next week.